after a long hiatus of Relaxing to the Sun podcast, we are doing a comeback tour.
Woo!
We're back. No, sadly, work just gave us a lot of free time. Not by our choice.
Long story.
Yeah, long story. We can't talk about it. But I know for the few of you that have watched our videos before, it's all been political. We're going to kind of go away from that and just do an overall generalization of things we want to talk about. iPhones, Teslas. Joel is a new owner of a beautiful Tesla. Yes, Elon is very happy for us. We updated the Elon image. Elon, we'd still love a shout out at any point. I'm in the market for a Tesla if you would like to give me one. I'm not going to tell you no.
Well, he is almost giving it to you with that Model 2 that is supposobly coming out next year.
I can't wait. I mean, I will be one of the proud owners of the Model 2.
So it'll be Tesla. What I've heard is it's going to be stripped down. There's not going to be all the bells and whistles, but it will be functional, and you can say I'm a Tesla owner. But I mean, the whole idea is that he wants to mass produce something that everybody can afford.
You're going to be like the upgraded version of Tesla, and we'll do just so y'all know, Joel, we're gonna be doing after this podcast, we're gonna be doing a review of Joel's Tesla, saying what he likes. It's gonna be a pure just Tesla podcast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be the cameraman.
Well, I actually was thinking about this on your way here. That you can have first impressions on you behind the driver's seat, and I can see how you react to FSD and all that crap.
Okay. Joel's putting a curveball on me. I had no clue what was going on. So, all right, but yeah, we'll do it for
but that's going to be on the next video. We're going to talk about relaxing under the sun stuff. We're just going to randomly talk about different things that are going on. Sadly, there's not much going on, that we can talk about. But this is not going to be a long.
No, and obviously the big news. Everyone knows. We're gonna clip on it. We're not gonna really harm on it.
Yeah, I'll put chapters. So if you want to skip to different chapters, like iPhone chapter, and then we'll talk about like different things that you can just kind of hover over the different like chapters. So if you don't care about anything and we're talking about, you can skip ahead.
That's why we're putting the political stuff at the end of the podcast, because we're thinking some of y'all don't really care about political, and you're like you don't.
Some people are happier.
Yeah, and it's like if you get into our podcast, it started out political, but we kind of really go off the rails.
Yeah.
So we're trying to put off the rails at the beginning, and then we'll go back to the rails in the end. So
yeah.
But new iPhone release, guys. That is the big thing. Me and Joel watched it live.
Oh, it was funny. Sam was cracking up. He was just like, I can't anymore because of the stories.
Yeah. If y'all haven't watched the fucking release, just watch the 5 minutes about the Apple Watch.
It changed my life.
Yeah, like he guy's like, I was having a heart attack and I had no clue, but thanks to my Apple Watch. Oh yeah, the fucking sharp pains in your chest, your arm going numb. That wasn't key indicators. But the Apple Watch, God forbid,
gave you an alert.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then one lady was like, she got in a wreck, and it's like, oh no, I hit a tree and I didn't know, but now, so you crashed you totaled your car, you totaled your $30,000 car, but the $300 Apple Watch, that's what told you, hey, you were in a wreck.
They have the most brilliant people working on all these things, editing all them, shooting all this stuff, and it had to go through all these people for those videos to be like, that was the best idea that we can market this.
What I think is, this is what I think happened. I think Apple was like, let's see how stupid the consumer is. Let's see. And granted, I'm an Apple owner, right? Yeah. Love Apple. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
But they're like, what can we do to make the stupidest video possible, and they'll still buy it out. One of these years, I promise you're just gonna walk up and be like, iPhone, and they're just gonna chunk at the crowd, and people are gonna scream and it's gonna be the best fucking release ever.
I love you.
I love Apple. It's amazing.
Throw some more slop
Tim
at me.
Cook, you're a god. It's just
eat up the slop.
Yeah, it's just. And I will say, this iPhone finally feels like they've done a little bit different. The last few releases, feel like it's been like, oh, we added a little bit more megapixels.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, who cares?
So basically what I do, and this is the smartest way to do iPhone upgrades, so you don't spend a lot of money, but you're still upgraded with the current trends, is that you wait every 2 years, because that's when they do a significant upgrade. I went from the 12 to the 14 to the 16, And because they've made so many significant improvements, to my personal opinion, it might not be for your personal opinion, but for me, I feel like they made too many significant improvements. This is my first odd, because this is 17. I've never gone into the odd. It's weird that I'm doing this.
It's funny. I'm actually the opposite.
Okay.
I always went on the evens.
The 15 and 13 and all that.
I would always like, they'd be the big new one, and I'd be like, okay, I'll wait till you get just a little bit better.
The guinea pig
and then I'd
version.
And I'd get that one. So, but now I'm stuck with this for 2 years, so I'm flip-flopping you now. So we're changing. So
I'm sure they'll make the 18 just, like, oh my gosh, this is the brand new.
Yeah.
Like they make it sound like it's like titanium to aluminum. They were praising the titanium with the all new titanium.
Yeah. Like, this is gonna
and
be
now
the
they're realizing that the heat dissipation does not do well with that type of alloy. And now they're going back to aluminum, and they're like, "Oh, aluminum's the best, and it's the greatest." Well, why'd you switch away from it?
Well, it makes you know. And I'm not trying to. For y'all listening to iPhone, you're loving it. I'm not going political, I promise you, but I'm going to make this one statement: is the tariffs have anything to do with it, and the price of aluminum and steel?
Well, they're still going to different countries. I mean, if they wanted to get away from the tariffs, they would strictly have it in the U.S.
I don't think aluminum is in. I don't think we have a bunch of aluminum.
I have no idea. I'm
not trying to go political, folks. I'm just asking.
I know they did a significant warehouse or some kind of. They invested some kind of ungodly amount.
Well, I just meant about
the U.S.
I meant about the not so much like them producing the iPhone not in America. I meant like the actual component, the resource.
That's the thing is the resources aren't U.S. only, and that's where the batteries, they're made in China, or the screens are made in South Korea.
Can I go conspiratorial for a second about this? Okay, so just do you remember the Texas flood, Joel? The massive flood? Okay. So, like I said, I brought this up. Texas, I love the state, but you know what? Y'all are kind of failing us on this. Tell me why the Monday before the floods, that Texas passed a law that all oil companies now own the mineral right. Well, the mineral rights now include wastewater. They used to not. Before this point, mineral rights did not include wastewater. Most oil companies in Texas, I don't know about y'all's other states, but I can tell you in Texas, oil companies own the mineral rights. The reason why I know this is my family has land, and it was owned so many generations back. We still actually have the mineral rights, and why we won't sell the land is because they want the mineral rights, obviously, because that's where the shit is. But there is the Arkansas River that holds, what was the component now?
Lithium?
Lithium, yeah. Lithium components in the Arkansas River. That Arkansas River flows through Texas. Mm-hmm. The only way to get it was to fill the aquifers, right? So here with me. The aquifers filled, because of those floods, what it would take years, filled in a day. So now they can take all those minerals, and people are like, well, that's just a coincidence,
That's a lucky coincidence.
But here's the other thing. They seeded clouds north and south of that flood area 2 days before the storm. And they were like, and the guy came out, he's like, well, seeding the clouds really wouldn't do the storm. Correct. Except, and here's the kicker, there was a tropical storm coming in. So I'm just saying, tropical storm, they see it coming. They're like, hey, let's seed the clouds. Let's amp up this raining. Yeah. And if they were going to flood the area, and this is all I'm saying, if they were planning on flooding the area, all they had to do was give people an update and tell them like, hey, you should leave the area.
Or be prepared. And
actually, there is some, I can't confirm this, but I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to throw it out there. Y'all can look it up. There are some reports that some police departments in the area got a notice 24 hours before the flood to evacuate.
Maybe the weather, meteorologists, knew what they were.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There were alerts that went out that said to evacuate those areas 24 hours, and no one evacuated. Again, you see how it's been pushed on the rug. Obviously, so much shit has happened. Yeah. There's been deaths, murders, all that going on. And I'm not talking about the big one that everyone knows about recently. There was the girl on the train. There's so much going on. So obviously that was July. That got flushed on the, and I didn't find out about this till like August. So I'm a month behind. This is because Ninjas. I'm going to give them the shout out. Ninjas Are Butterflies podcast. They brought me onto that. Love to be part of y'all's podcast. Y'all
ninjas are turtles.
No, Ninjas Are Butterflies.
Ninjas are. Wow, that's a more creative name than we use.
It's two friends. Like I'm watching them like that's what me and Joel do. They just kind of have fun, and I'm like,
well, how often do they go out there?
Huh?
How long did it take them to kind of do their thing?
Well, here's the thing. So his dad owns a shirt company, a t-shirt company.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? I don't.
So you're saying that they have a connection?
Yeah, well, he had a t-shirt company. His dad fronted the podcast, and they have all the nice equipment. But I mean, they're good podcasts. Ninjas or Blowflies, you should check them out. If for some reason if they somehow see this, please don't be offended by it. I love y'all's podcast. We would love to be a part of it. We'll even fly down to Florida to do a lot in show.
Yeah,
Joel.
Yeah, we got time.
Yes, we got plenty of time, guys.
And we'll take the Tesla out there.
Yeah, we'll have Tesla. Maybe we can start a ticker. Like y'all start like donating. Give us $1 donos to help us out. Like, get us Ninja Blowflies. But anything? Oh, tell us about the you talking about the lithium.
Oh, so basically,
went off track.
So basically, the new upgrades is they've upgraded the 3 cameras on the back. They all have 48 megapixels, and then on the selfie camera, they've got the 18 megapixel from the 12 megapixel, and then they've got this new sensor. So basically, it just all the distortion and all that noise that was like at nighttime and sunset or sunrise is kind of cleared up. So it just takes better photos all around. They've upgraded the battery, so you get a little bit more battery usage throughout the day. And the biggest thing that I kind of tipped me over the edge was the vapor cooling. Like if I'm doing anything outdoors, the sun really hits it, and hopefully I haven't tested it out because I'm getting it tomorrow, but hopefully it'll be better and not dim the screen and not overheat because that vapor
remember
cooling.
how my phone overheated like instantly yesterday? Do you think that vapor cooling is gonna?
I don't know, because really it sits on top of the A19 chip or the A18, depending on what phone you have. It sits on the chip and it sits around the battery, and then it spreads out the heat rather than it centralizing right on those components. And Apple wants to safeguard those components, so they dim the screen. They make your phone pretty much useless at that point because you can't see anything.
Yeah.
And I get why they do it, but it's just kind of a pain in the butt when you're like, hey, I got a call, or, you're wanting to, change your, music or podcast that you're.
Well, Texas will be the true test, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
or Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona might. Yeah, say I want people in Arizona are like, oh, it's hotter here. Okay, well, you all have a dry heat. We have a wet heat.
Yeah.
I'll argue y'all's heat to our heat every day. So.
But anyways, I really did like the idea, and then they have the AirPod Pro 3, and I've heard good things about that, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get a pair. I'm
a Beats man, but they are almost getting me to go AirPod. I mean, I know Beats and the same.
I've heard a lot of the YouTuber guys, they're like, I'll stick with my Beats Pro 2 with the little thing behind the ear, so that you work out a lot. Yeah. So it just makes sense for you not to pick up a pair.
Well,
but
I'm gonna buy the Beat. Well, I have these, those Beats Pro, and I have the original Beat, the big one over the ear. But I'm gonna get those new ones. So I'm definitely
eventually.
Yeah.
Just
when we actually get paid for work. Or if this podcast wants to start, if y'all want to start subscribing to the podcast, or donating to our fund,
put a like and share it with
give us
your
a like.
friends.
We would gladly accept y'all's money. We're not gonna tell y'all no. If someone comment Sam's Beats fund and start donating that directly to me,
we need to set a GoFundMe.
Yeah, we'll put a Venmo. Yeah,
you have to have your puppy dog eyes. But good job, Apple. At least you've satisfied this year. Apparently there were rumors that they were going to do the Apple Vision Lite, which is kind of a lower version without the bells and whistles. They still have a chance. I guess in a couple months they're doing some other event. They're going to release the HomePod, hopefully the new Vision.
Yeah.
But Apple's got a lot going on.
It makes sense they want to push. They don't want to bust their everything up front. They're like, hey, let's trickle it. And let's quick give me your quick recap of the awesome Apple Air that if Apple Air wants to sponsor us, we obviously love the Apple Air. But if y'all don't, then Joel will give you
You're talking about the thin one?
Yeah.
I don't know too much about that because I want nothing to do with that phone.
I want you to make the exact comment you did in the car where you said, what kind of people are going to buy this phone, in your opinion? The Apple Air.
Oh, the girls?
You said...
I don't remember.
I'll tell you what he said.
Okay, yeah.
He said, he goes, sorry for you Gen Zers out there. He said, for the idiotic Gen Zers who know nothing about technology, they're going to buy this phone because it looks cute. That was.
I don't remember talking about that, but I don't doubt it.
Yeah, that was you. Like, this stupid ass phone. Yeah, guys, don't buy the phone. Don't waste your money on that. That's a shitty phone. Go ahead and get the new one. Get the new 17. Don't. Apple's trying to sell they're trying to get you on a gimmick, right? It's like those stupid. The foldable phones or Galaxy's like, oh, hey, it's cool. It's like, look, I know y'all don't know because y'all are probably younger, but people like us who grew up in that, we grew up on the flip phone. It's not great. I'm gonna tell you right fucking now.
Oh, you're talking about the Z Flip?
Yeah,
not the one that goes out like a book.
No, yeah, we had the Z. I had the Razor. I had all that. It's not cool, guys. You'll fucking hate it. You'll end up breaking it. Save your money. Go with Apple. Fuck Samsung.
I didn't even know we were gonna go down this.
Yeah, it's just on there. Well, we can transition to what happened to movies, Joel. Movies nowadays. What is happening to movies?
What brought this up was I was actually looking to see a movie this weekend or last weekend, and I was just like inundated with all, like Toy Story that came out in the 90s, and all these old movies, and there's nothing out there. I know that there's The Running Man or something like that. It's got that one guy from Top Gun Maverick as the main character.
You mean No,
not the walking where Stephen King is walking around.
Let's not get into that fucking idiot's fucking comments.
But I'm talking about like there's The Running Man. I think
look this up real quick.
Where they give him like a cash prize and he has to like avoid like the entire like city.
Yes,
He's
looks
kind of like a John Wick kind of thing.
Is it a remake?
No, that's Arnold
1987?
Schwarzenegger. I don't remember what it's called.
It is Running Man.
Yeah, it is The Running Man.
No, but I'm saying, is that a remake from?
I have no idea. I just know that I saw the preview to it, and I was just that's actually kind of an interesting.
It says, in the near future, The Running Man is a top-rated show on a television, a deadly competition where contestants must survive 30 days while being hunted by professional assassins. Desperate for money to save his sick daughter, Ben Richards is convinced by the show's ruthless producer to enter the game as a last resort. Ratings soon skyrocketed as Ben's defiance, instincts, and grit turn him into an unexpected fan favorite, well as a threat to the entire system. So I'm guessing it's one of those things where, when they say threat to a system, it's going to be like, this show's been going on for years and years and years, and they almost always die, and you're not supposed to actually win, but this guy is going to, because he's good, he's going to uncover something. Yeah,
it reminds me of the Hunger Games.
Yeah, I think I'd give that a watch. You know what? I got to remember the movie. My son loves it. What movie we watched with him where the kids run like they're, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, but you can watch this. You can watch it. Hold on. Horror movies 2025. I think it's a horror.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this.
Yeah. God, what's it called?
Probably several movies if you go to your like Fandango app.
I didn't buy it on I didn't buy it on Fandango.
No,
you mean like
I'm talking about where you look at like the time.
Oh yeah. This is riveting podcast right now, guys. I'm sorry, it's just gonna bug me if I don't know what it's called. Not The Long Walk.
That's the Stephen King one.
Weapons.
Weapons.
Yeah, here. I'm just gonna. Joel, you can put an image up of Weapons for me, right?
Eventually, yes.
Yeah, when we.
Yeah. I was
I'll show them that.
Okay, yeah.
And y'all are knowing when I say show them that, Joel's gonna pop out on the screen, and you're not gonna know what I'm talking about with the running thing. It's just, it's not a typical horror movie. You kind of think one way, and it's almost like, oh well, but then when it's like almost every, and this isn't a Stephen King movie, but like in my opinion, every single Stephen King movie I ever watched, you get to the ending, you're like, really?
You told me about it, and I was just like,
oh,
really?
yeah. If y'all have never seen it, here, spoiler coming out right now. I know they haven't released the new version of it second, but the original It, right? It's a killer clown. It's scary, it's spooky.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, what is it? And at the end of the movie, you find out it's a fucking giant spider with telekinesis powers. And you're just like, what the fuck? I watched 6 hours. The original It is 6 fucking hours. Yes, it's part 1 and part 2, 3-hour movie.
Oh.
Or actually 3 parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3.
I never.
I sat there as a kid and I watched 6 hours of this shit to figure out like, what is the killer clown? Is it a person? Is it a demon? No, it's a fucking spider.
Yeah, they could have done anything like The Grudge.
It's like Stephen King, just like and I think he's an idiot for his political views, but he is a good horror writer. But it's like he gets to the end and he just like, they're like, how do you want to end it? And he's like, and the spider, like, he's like, spider. You know, he's like, I don't know how to end this fucking movie. And the spider will land on his desk, and he's like, what a great idea! Giant spider has telekinetic powers, and I think they throw water on it to kill it. It's the fucking it's the.
Are they not waterproof?
I don't, dude. This killer clown is like killing kids horrifically. But when they get to the actual spider, it's like, oh, it's not as strong, even though it's like a 30-foot spider. It's fucking stupid. You know, if you watch the new It, the one that came out in like 2020 or 2019, it's only part 1.
Oh,
they didn't even make part 2, and I'm wondering it's because people are like, this is fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Hopefully they change the ending, but if you go on the original It ending, it's a fucking spider. Y'all can check it on it. Joel can pull up an image and show the original It spider. It's absolutely fucking retarded.
Well, you'd made the comment that they're not releasing as many movies to the theater because it's going to like streaming platforms. So basically, you've got a lot less. Oh, you've got
That's it.
That's the spider.
That's the spider. Yeah, it's like 4 feet. It's fucking stupid. What
Just
terrible.
Get a fly swatter.
Yeah. Like get some fucking rage, and then you killed the evil clown. But yeah,
I'm melting.
You're right though. All the movie releases now are I mean, look at Adam Sandler. He's strictly Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
None of his movies are going to go.
Well, they made a deal with him. To release it on Netflix.
You know, Prime got their own release. Now.
The Lord of the Rings thing or whatever. Even though it's stupid.
Yeah. Spectrum. I mean, not Spectrum. NBC. Like a Peacock. I couldn't think of that.
Peacock.
Peacock. Paramount is releasing it to their own streaming now. Like Hulu gets their own movies. Like people are just. I think we're seeing the death of the theater. It's slow. It's slow,
sad.
But we're seeing.
I miss seeing big. I mean, the biggest thing is
summer blockbusters were a thing when we were kids.
Just having that big, massive screen that you don't have to pay for, and now they just kind of expect you to pay for it now. If you want to see that kind of quality.
We had movie passes the last movie we saw, and the guy's like, "Do you want to use them on these moving seats?" And I was like,
"Oh, the D-box seats."
Yeah, so I got the D-box. He showed us the price. It would have been $72 for the 3 of us to go. $72 fucking dollars. Luckily, it was free because granted, I spent like $45 in the concessions. Yeah. So if you think that plus concessions, that would have been anyway.
Wow.
The homie's just like, I'm just like, it's kind of like rocking back and forth. And I'm like, this is doing nothing. Like it was like a jump scare, and like jumped my skull. I was like,
well, what's kind of cool with the Flash? I saw the Flash movie, and when he was winding up to like run or whatever, it would show like the fans, doing it, and then it was just kind of slowly vibrating.
I think it would be good in like action movies.
Yeah.
For a horror movie, it only moved on jump scenes, so it kind of took you out of the jump scare.
Yeah, you have to. You have to go to the right movie.
Yeah, because the chair moved you, and I was like, "Oh, there goes the jump scare," because the chair moved. Anyway.
Just imagine on the Blair Witch Project.
James wants to see that. I'm gonna buy it for him on Prime.
I still haven't seen that movie.
Yeah, I'll tell you. James writes reviews on movies.
Oh, nice. He's started off young.
Yeah, he loves horror. He watched remember that Paranormal Activity?
Yeah.
I only watched 2 of them. There's like 5 of them. He watched all 5.
There's a whole.
He's like, Dad, have you seen number 4? I was like, I didn't even know they made it past 2. The first one was creeped me out because I thought it was real, and then because we're still, social media really was. I mean, there was Facebook. But, it took a while for it to come out that it was fake. Nowadays you couldn't pull that off. It would be seconds after the release, people like, or even before the release, be like, this is fake.
Fake fact check.
Yeah,
false.
Fact check.
And then Grok would get in there.
I grok for everything.
Who doesn't at this point? ChatGPT or Grok or whatever.
Not to go back to the Apple thing, but we were making fun of the Apple Watch.
Oh, AI.
The Apple Watch thing.
Oh.
Did the commercial work? Because I pulled my Apple Watch out of the drawer that's been sitting there for 3 years. And did they, like we make fun of it like that video doesn't work. But you remember, I'm setting up my Apple Watch now that I haven't used for over 4 years.
Oh, wow. So it does work.
Maybe did they get me? Like, did they get me? Maybe I just really want that fall detection. Maybe I might have a heart attack at the gym, and the only way I'll know.
Yeah.
No, not my heart hurting, but the watch will tell me, hey, you're having a heart attack.
Yeah, and I guess they released this new feature. I don't know anything about tendinitis or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Or hypertension. No, it was hypertension
Oh.
that they were talking about. And I'm just like, I guess that'll save me when I'm 20 years older or whatever.
What do you think of the whole radiation? You heard that thing where like radiation, like, you know me, I wear my headphones to sleep.
Oh, you're talking about when you put in AirPods?
Yeah, they're saying like, they said the cell phone has radiation. You should keep it to your ear.
Yeah.
You shouldn't wear AirPods.
To me, I feel like you're just going to enjoy life. And if you restrict yourself and try to stay healthy, you're just going to not enjoy life. So just enjoy life.
I'm glad you said that because here's my thing, right? People are like, you want to live long. I've seen 80, 90, and 100-year-olds.
Yeah.
That looks fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Let me live my life great.
Yeah.
Where's my nicotine actually? Now we're talking about this. Let me live my life great.
I already got mine in.
Yeah. Zen, we'd love the podcast.
Another sponsor opportunity.
Another sponsor opportunity. No more carry on. We gave up that company.
Are you talking about the on pouches?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not. They didn't sponsor us when they had the chance. So we don't support Swedes here. We support American-made companies.
So Zen is American.
Yeah,
okay.
Because it's America. In America, we support America.
So that was interesting. I mean, the movies thing to me is just a sad, realization that things are changing and evolving.
Yeah, like GameStops are going away. Like the one in Greenville is completely gone.
Because everything's digital now. The one thing that is super cool.
I'll be right back. Keep going.
Yeah. The one thing that is super cool for me is did you bring a water? Okay. Well, hopefully you can find it.
I've been here now.
Okay. So the one thing that is super cool that I picked up was the Meta, VR little headset thing. And they have a way that you can watch YouTube and movies like Fandango at home. I bought, shows and movies and stuff. And they have Netflix and so forth. And it's super cool. Like if I'm in a hotel room in, different places, not at home because I have my own like TVs and stuff. But what is super cool to put that VR thing and you're just, you're at a theater at that point. And I love the headphones that you can put in and they have that deep, rich bass or, you can turn it up and you just feel like you're at a movie theater when you got that VR headset on. I've watched a couple shows and a couple movies and you just forget about, the worries of your life, everything that you're going through and you can just put in a movie and you're immersed into that movie and TV show beyond the TV. Because the TV, you can you have that realization kind of thing because you're staring at the TV. But for me, when you have that VR thing, you just kind of forget about everything else that's going on. So you found the cup. But yeah, I love, I was just telling, I guess, whoever's going to be watching this, just about the VR immersive way to watch movies and TV shows.
Yeah, I was gonna buy that, and I hope I'm coming through clear. I was gonna buy that, and obviously, the fact that we're here recording proves that we don't have the money now. But it's definitely something I want to look at because you mentioned how great it was. Just that.
Well, you can play games, and I was saying about how I'd be in a hotel room and you can play putt golf, and you're literally kind of holding this digital version of a putter, and you can just forget about anything that's going on in your life because you're fully immersed. And they're about to do this humongous update. I wanted to get on the beta version of it, but it's too full. But apparently they're supposed to do a iOS 26 kind of update to the whole entire user interface, and it looks kind of cool, but hasn't been released yet to the public.
You know what I really want? You remember the movie Player One?
Oh yeah, Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. Thank you. I want that to come out. I want that type of reality.
That would be cool, but it would be really hard to be involved into the real world instead of just being stuck into the
I mean, how do we get people from locking themselves into let's do this, guys. I'm gonna do this for this podcast. Those glasses are bothering me, and you can't see the logo of the hat, and that's what I was trying to hide. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I should have worn my Roy City hat. That's what I should have wore.
Yeah.
But oh well, next time. But yeah, the I would love that kind of immerse where you feel like, like first shooter, you punch like a punch to the chest, just be kind of cool. But yeah, obviously that whole movie is you know, what's that word? Post-custodial.
Post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic, yeah. Post-apocalyptic. I don't want that for the world, obviously.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of the population was living in the slums and a lot of ghetto-ness, and it just didn't look good for humanity because it looked really rich in detail, like when they were in the environment, but when they were in real life,
real life sucked. That's why they want to stay there. Not to go, not for this podcast. Obviously, I don't want to keep this. We got 2 more topics we want to talk about. And we've already, we're trying to keep it not too long for you guys.
I feel like AI is going to do that.
Yeah, well, I want to talk about. You love space. I need to do some research on this, and I want to get my conspiracy theories because I think I'll tell you this. I'm really starting to think that Buzz Aldrin never went to the moon. I'm gonna tell you all right now.
There's a million shows on YouTube if you want to debate that.
Yeah, I want to get your comments on it, and because I do think I don't know.
For me personally, not to interrupt, but I feel like it's inevitable that we're going to return. And I think one of the return trips eventually is going to be one of these YouTubers or whatever you want to call it that are going to specifically go to the July 1969 site on purpose to fact check.
But see, I think the government has gone to the moon since then.
Yeah.
And I think they've placed all that shit there now. That's what I'm saying. So we'll really never know.
Okay.
But I don't understand why we don't have a base up there. I mean, okay, I'm not stupid. I know there's like international treaties and all that.
Yeah.
But why? We're America. Fuck them.
Yeah, there's international space treaty that says that we can't build weapons up there, even though we do have weapons. And then
we have satellite weapons. Like you telling me the U.S. government?
Well, yeah, they've already broken that treaty.
Yeah, like why isn't there? Why isn't
Space
there,
Force is like the ultimate
it's
middle finger to
middle
that
finger
treaty.
to the whole treaty. Yeah, exactly. Like Elon's trying to why are we skipping moon? Why we're like colonize Mars. How about we colonize the moon first?
Do you know why it's so hard to go to the moon?
No, actually don't.
There's a big Van Allen belt. It's how we have this protective shield that protects the radiation from the sun. There's a strip. It's a big kind of like river of radiation that's in between the Earth and the moon.
Okay.
It's called the Van Allen belt. And so if you go through that, you have to have a special lined spaceship that can go through it and not give the passengers or the crew radiation. So it's not only that, it's radiation. You got that lethal dose from the sun. Then you got the vectors, you got to shoot towards, and have the propellant for the fuel. So you have to have not only a ship to take you, from having all that fuel and all that other stuff, but you also have the second ship to land you on. Yeah. And then take you back up to that one that's how they did it in 69 or whatever, where they had a lunar module land on the moon and then take off and then attach back to it so they could have the propellant thrust to go back to the Earth.
Why don't we send like 100 Optimuses up there and start building it? And just I'm not saying in the next 5 years we should colonize it, but let's send some robots out there to start building it.
We're sending them all to Mars.
Yeah,
like, let's go to Mars, even though it's a suicide mission to go there.
Yeah, like if you send people to the moon, at least you could live up there for 2 or 6 months, 7 months, and come back home. You don't. Oh, I'm gonna go there for 4 fucking years. I guess I'll bye, family. Good luck finding. I mean, there probably are people out there that will do that.
There's one window to go to Mars, and it's like every 18 months or 19 months or whatever. It's once every 2 years, give or take, a few months. And it's to me, it's the same thing like what I was saying with the Van Allen belt. It's just, there's so much radiation.
That's why we should just colonize the moon. Like we're so...
And plus light speed is, the communication and all that stuff. And if anything were to, God forbid, happen, you can get back to Earth in 3 days.
That's what I'm saying. I think the reason Elon's pushing Mars is because no one's done it. Otherwise, he would just pick the moon.
I think what would be the perfect thing, and this is just my opinion, and what we would do is set up, all the infrastructure and the structures and all that stuff on the moon. And since there's not enough gravity, to that we would need for the Earth to take off, we have to use a lot of propellant to escape the Earth's gravity. But if you were to leave from the moon, that would be the perfect thing because you could keep more fuel and then take off from the moon to Mars.
You told me there's a whole fuel source on the moon.
Yeah, hydrogen-3.
Yeah, so again, and I mean, there's
China's trying to get in there.
And you tell me there's ice on the moon somewhere. Yeah. There's massive craters. Have we even investigated that? I don't know.
So it's just we just need to evolve more technology. I think a lot of people are working on that stuff right now, and that's what is kind of
buzzing really hard right now. Just so you know.
Are you drinking beer?
No, that fucking nicotine.
Oh, well, it's
my first 6 G's of the day. It's kicking my ass right now.
You feel loopy.
Yeah, I'm like, that's why I put it in my mouth now. I'm like, oh, okay, hold on. Before we start driving the Tesla, maybe I should let this ease into my system a little bit.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, space to me is just we're on an island on Earth, and our bodies were meant for it, and the pressure of the Earth and all that. We can't find that anywhere else.
Well, we could just have people born on the moon.
Yeah. But you
carry the zygotes up and you implant them in people in the moon. People that are like, okay, this is my I'm talking about
we made a movie about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You remember that one movie where that kid was born on Mars and he goes back to Earth and he's just like, I can't handle it here, and they send him back to Mars and he's like, that feels.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like to get us adapted to space, we need to be born in space essentially, and I think to fully colonize Mars, which it's obviously Elon's goal, you're going to need to have people born on the moon first, and then we need to have a whole internet. It didn't have to be America only. I mean, we could make this an international type thing. Let's not. I don't want to get into
one of my favorite movies. It's underrated, but it's called Ad Astra. It's got Brad Pitt in it. And they go from Earth to the moon, and then they have space pirates shooting at each other, and then they leave from the moon to go to Mars, which was basically a great idea. And then they go to Mars to Neptune, and it's such a cool, just space travel. I'm saying
movie. we gotta do baby steps. We can't just jump 2 planets.
You know what's funny is another thing that's underrated is this dwarf planet. It's right in between Mars and Jupiter. It's in the asteroid belt.
Yeah.
It's called Ceres.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about Ceres. They'll talk about Pluto, but nobody ever talks about Ceres. It's just literally little past Mars, probably taking about 5-6 more months after Mars or whatever. But, it's but it's kind of like a moon type of scenario, landscape or whatever, but there's nothing exciting about it. I get why nobody talks about it, but it's nobody ever talks about Ceres.
We need to colonize the moon. We need to colonize. We need to get international space stations where it's colonized people. That
are you excited about space all of a sudden? I've never seen you this advocate.
Just the way I look at it.
Where's your sign? Protesting.
Well, I want more people off. I want more. I mean, this is a hot take, but I'm glad that we lost. We're not overpopulated. There are a bunch of idiots on this planet that I don't think we have, but I think
and we're getting more efficient about using our resources.
Yeah, we're actually underpopulated, honestly. Yeah. The whole overpopulation, Bill Gates bullshit, and
propaganda.
Elon, propaganda bullshit. We're not going to run out of space anytime soon. But you're looking at the next 1,000. See, everyone else is like, next 100 years we're going to call. No, we're not. It's gonna be 1,000 years. Yeah. But we need to start. Just technology seems like it's halted.
AI could really speed up everything, though. It could start inventing things.
I think AI is demonic. We can get into that on another podcast, but
that will be its own little topic.
Yeah, that's this whole thing. And we can start doing this on Fridays and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the 30-minute mark. At this point, Joel put a thing in, and we're gonna go political, guys. That was the end of the. Because I do want to talk about some politics,
so really, Trump has been in office for a little bit, and I just wanted to kind of get kind of a report card, and you could comment. I mean, I'm not trying to say he's good or bad or whatever. It just seems stagnant that we were so excited about him.
We voted for Trump. We're Trump supporters. We're not sitting here saying trust me, if this was Kamala, I think our country would be absolutely in shambles. But saying all that, what has really? I mean, nothing's really gotten
That's
better.
really the positive is that, we're still kind of in a, regular kind of country.
I wouldn't say I would. Yeah, I wouldn't. Dean Withers, he's a fucking libtard idiot. I've seen a few of his things. And yes, he could debate the shit out of me because I got facts. Okay, good for your fucking facts. I don't really care. I'm not gonna say. He's on TikTok all the time, and people are like commenting. He's like, "Tell me why America's better with Trump," And people say like, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, well this isn't I'm not saying America's better with Trump. I'm saying it's better than we've been with Kamala." And and people are like, "Well, because Kamala, let's be honest, if you got to be real with yourselves, guys. Kamala was a fucking idiot. Like she just fucking was. There are some. I don't agree with the 90% the new Democratic Party. Let's be honest, the old Democratic Party wasn't too bad. I mean, Clinton had his own issues, but I think there are Democratic leaders that could have been put in that place that probably would have the country where it's looking right now, right? Not Kamala, but given the two choices. Like I got family that's diehard liberals. They didn't vote for Kamala. They just didn't vote because they were like, "Well, I don't like Trump, but she's an idiot." But yeah, he really hasn't done much. I mean, a lot of the promises he made are not being kept. I don't think
there's the whole Epstein stuff that happened when he first got in, and then now this whole
that's just FBI's kind of shitting the bed on that.
Yeah,
Pam Bondi's shitting the bed on that. And
there's so many they're not good, but they're not horrible. They're just kind of like stagnant. That's my kind of like opinion in one word is just this administration just seems stagnant.
Yeah, the economy's not doing better. I mean, it's not doing worse, but it's not doing better.
I would say taraffs do take a long time for the economy.
I will agree. People that think tariffs are an immediate fix, they're not. Yeah. It is, and the problem is it's not a 4-year fix; it's an 8 to 12-year fix. Yeah. So, whoever becomes the next president, I don't know who's going to be. I don't really know who I want to go yet. I'm still feeling now. We still got a few years away. But whoever is the president, if they don't get if they don't keep these tariffs in place for the next 12 years, which we know they'll be there for 4 at least.
Yeah.
If they're not for the next 12, we went through this for essentially nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
personally, whether you like this opinion or not, I'm kind of happy that the Trump train is over. Basically, once he gets done and over with, then we can have some fresh blood and fresh people to kind of get in there, whether it be JD Vance or whoever. It doesn't
Rubio
really matter.
Or please no Newsom, guys.
He's out in it.
If you are in Utah and you're like, I want Newsom, call your California buddies up and ask them how.
And how's the gas prices?
Yeah, and don't call the don't call us fucking celebrities who are just like
oh, Newsom's great.
Yeah. You call the average Joe and ask him how he's surviving right now in California.
Well, did you hear about the exodus that they're trying like Oregon, and then you got the eastern side of California and Washington State trying to go into Idaho. Be a part of Idaho.
Because they're like, this is fucking terrible.
They're trying to like go to the state legislatures and trying to get it approved, and then they got to go through Congress and get that approved. And I saw the whole like 10-minute little spiel on YouTube about how they were trying to do it. I was just like, this is not going to happen. He was even saying that it's a slim chance that it would happen.
Yeah. Oh, another topic idea we can bring up is the peptides. I know that's a big thing right now. I've been injecting myself for about a month on them, and give me a few more months, and I'll tell you if they're killing me or not.
Oh yeah. Well, you've got your review going on. I've got my Tesla or the iPhone.
Yeah, I'll have to get review on them. I will say, if anyone's interested in them, the Cemermelin H1, it's basically a artificial human growth hormone. Something happened to us.
I don't know if that's gonna. Okay.
Oh, mate. Well, we can edit that if that messed up.
Yeah. Well, I can just cut that out, and then we can resume.
Yeah. We're back, or just keep it in. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We're humans, right? We fuck up. But I will say though, I have had muscle tears. I'm getting old. I'm getting closer to that 40, and it has helped repair the tears a lot faster. Now, granted, what are they? They're not approved by any man, and they're not for human consumption. So I'm not sitting here advocating you inject yourself with shit. But also, I didn't believe
do your own research.
We're
not liable.
Yeah, I'm not liable for this shit. This is just me injecting myself with it. It could be killing me in the next 10 years. But like Joel said, live your life. I mean, who gives a shit?
Well, I mean, you get one life, and this is an argument that a lot of people have said, like, that's not healthy for you. And I turn around and say, well, the sun's not healthy for you. It's slowly killing you.
The same
every
people
day.
that tell us not to, smoke vapes, use nicotine, put peptides in your body, are the fuckers eating McDonald's burgers.
Dr. Pepper.
Drinking Dr. Pepper and Coke like it's fuck. And I like Coke. Hey, don't get me wrong. I enjoy, dude, I'll drink soda like it, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's healthy either.
The moral of the story is every day your cells don't divide and replenish and all that, and that's why you lose your memory or you lose your vision, or you just aren't strong.
Well, I look at my grandfather. He's 88. He's wanted to die for the last 20 years. For some reason, he still love him to death. Sweet Papa Tony. If I know you wouldn't even ever see this, but if you ever did, for some reason, you are a legend, my friend. But he's losing everything. He's got Alzheimer's. He's got Gary's, he's got all of it, and it's just sad. It's like that's why I don't want to live into my 80s, man. That looks fucking miserable. Like
That's an argument, because it's like you want to live as long as you want to live, and not let go of life. But if you live your later years and you're losing your mind, or whatever you were just saying, like what is the point of living?
That's not living. It's not, and it's my grandma, Pilar. Shout out to a fucking hero taking care of him. That's aging her by, she's aged 20 years by taking care of him, and, she refused to put him in a home because she's like, I'm going to take care of him. She's a godsend for that, but it's aging her, it's getting old sucks, guys. Trust me, me and Joel are getting up there.
Yeah.
We feel it. Our body hurts, part of the reason we took today off, not only just work didn't have anything for us, but also just, dude, fucking body gets tired. Joel's like, you on the gym day? I was like, absolutely not.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, my body feels like a train hit it because I missed the gym a couple of days. But yeah. So the shout out about the thing about Trump is like the whole, we needed, he got we got him in. Oh, losing lights. Yeah, get back in the frame. But yeah. I don't know. I think I don't want to say Trump disappointed me, but he kind of has, if that makes any sense.
Well, he's got time to redeem himself. Maybe things, will go in
if
the right
he can
direction.
make the federal income tax, if he can make that disappear. But here's my issue: the 30% sales tax. I'm not a big fan of. Like, who came up with the 30 fucking %? Are you fucking serious?
Well, you got a lot of number crunching guys. That
30
whisper in his ear.
30% seems fucking high. Like, let's 20. Like, 20%. I could. That would put us about 28.25 in Texas, and I can kind of live with that. For you California, New York, y'all are gonna fucking die. God knows what y'all sales tax are. It's probably ridiculous, but. So you're gonna have a sales tax, a state tax, and a national tax. Like God help us all. We're just representation without taxation, right? That's all we're getting.
Yeah, that's the how the country was founded, and then all of a sudden we're back into
thank you. Who was it? Roosevelt, right? He was like created the income tax.
Yeah, it was Woodrow Wilson, I think.
Wilson, yeah, fuck you, man.
Yeah, he was, I think, a liberal. I don't know.
I don't care if he's a liberal Republican. Fuck him either way.
Well, it was the whole Titanic, conspiracy is that all those people were on the Titanic to make the gold reserve into the currency that we have now, and then the IRS was established and all that. That was the whole conspiracy. Yeah. J.D. Rockefeller, no, it was the Morgan Chase.
Morgan
Chase, he didn't get on the Titanic.
Yeah, because he wanted to kill off all his competition.
And that was the whole conspiracy theory. Whether you believe it or not, I just thought it was just kind of ironic that he didn't want to get on.
Speaking of Titanic, let's talk about that movie real quick. Fucking Rose, you fat bitch. Fucking Leonardo DiCaprio had to die because you wouldn't get off the fucking door.
You like that meme? Just push her.
Yeah, just push that fat bitch off. Like, goddamn. I saw the movie. There was plenty of
2 days and they fell in love.
There was plenty of room on that door. Like, get off the fucking door.
They tried one time and they said, well, I guess it won't work.
Yeah. Like, oh no. Like, maybe shift your weight, you fat ass. Like, goddamn. Like,
I'm so cool.
In this day and age, she'd be an OnlyFans chick by now. Like, what the fuck? Like, you gave your spot up for an OnlyFans girl, man.
She will be fine.
Yeah, she'll be fine. Like, trust me, you're a nobody. Anyway, end of that. I'll probably get some hate if someone watches that.
Oh no.
God. So the big news that we've been holding off. We all know the Charlie Kirk was assassinated. He wasn't killed.
I don't think we'll ever know what will happen. I think this will be kind of like a JFK kind of situation where 20 years from now, they're going to be doing the, let's, theoretically put everything the way it was and see if we can make that magic shot or whatever you want to call it.
Watch the shooting one time, and I don't want to watch that ever again.
Yeah,
I have watched a lot of security footage right after the fact, and you see him jump off the building. He doesn't have the gun.
Well, I've been watching some YouTube shows, and what that guy said he did was he had a towel so he could lay on the hot roof, and then he had his backpack to use as a rest. And then when he was disassembling it, he didn't disassemble it. He left the screwdriver on the roof, and then put the towel around so he would, kind of match his black shirt, and then have that towel wrapped so it wouldn't look like he was suspicious. He just had, anything could be in a towel or whatever.
I saw someone say, did you see the Reddit, the text thread from him and his boyfriend?
It looked like mumble and jumble.
Oh, I read it, and it was like he's like his boyfriend, and people are like, oh, he's a trans, he's a girl. No, he's a guy. Guys, come on, stop it. He's a fucking dude. Anyway, beyond that fact, but him and his boyfriend are talking. I just want to make that comment so someone comments like he's a girl. No, he's not. Shut up. Like Trump's president. Anyway, but it was someone made a comment. It was almost like that Walter. If you watch Breaking Bad, Joel, I think you have. Remember when obviously Walter's wife knows what he was doing, but Walter calls her when the FBI is listening and basically is like, "You stupid bitch, you knew nothing about this."
Yeah,
they were saying like, what if that was more or less
what he was doing?
He was doing to protect him.
Yeah,
like, oh no, like they had planned all this. If he thought he was going to get caught, they planned this scenario.
Well, one thing that he said in one of the threads was, "I remember the other guy or whatever."
Yeah,
and if you remember, then you already had prior knowledge.
And just so y'all know, we do know his name. Part of my thing is I think we basically heroize these fucking assassins, these killers, by telling them names. So on this podcast, we're not going to dignify him by giving him his name. He's just the assassin. Yeah. He assassinated a person that really wasn't even a political head. I mean, granted, yes, he was in Air Force One. Yes, he was a big component for Trump, a turning point and all that. But it's sad in the end. And I am a conservative Republican, but I'm telling you right now, I don't wish death on Newsom or anyone. I would be
just like the joke.
Yeah, but I'd be devastated.
That was it.
I would be devastated if any of those people got assassinated, because that looks bad. Like, do you understand? I don't think people understand what that does for our country, right? When you assassinate an American and you go out, and this is going to kind of leeway into the next part of this point, but I want to get this point in. When you assassinate an American and you cheer about it and you celebrate it, what do you think that tells other countries about our country? Oh, you can come over and assassinate our people, and we're not going to do shit about it. We're going to cheer you on. Like, you're telling Iran, North Korea, I don't think Russia would, but maybe Russia. Like, hey, take a shot at Trump. Fuck it. Why not? Take a shot at Vance. Take a shot at Pelosi. Why not? We're just, depending on what side of the aisle you sit, we're going to celebrate it. Absolutely fucking not. Do you understand what issues y'all are causing? Well,
the main point that I got from what you're just saying is you can't take this country seriously if, people are just laughing and gaffing and, and something tragically happen.
You can celebrate. Let's say, and this is not factual. This is complete bullshit. This is fully hypothetical. So please, no one sit here and say I'm talking bad about Charlie Kirk in any way. Let's say Charlie Kirk got arrested for DWI. Right? Yeah. Let's just throw it out there. Or something more horrific. And you want to celebrate that downfall. That's different.
Yeah.
That would be different because he was a outspoken Christian.
Yeah.
And then people love watching people fail. I mean, God knows I have a terrible past and I have failed many times. And I'm pretty sure people celebrated that fact that I failed. But, you know, if you celebrated my assassination, then that's absolutely fucking terrible, you know? And that's basically what I'm getting at. You know, like we laugh at Biden falling, tripping, you know, eating ice cream. But if he got assassinated while he was president, or if he gets assassinated now, he is a sitting president. Like it or not, he was a president of the United States of America. Yeah. And he needs to have some form of respect, just like Obama, Clinton, Bush, Bush Sr. He's still alive. I'm trying to think who else is still alive. They're actually former presidents, honestly.
Is he?
I thought Bush Sr. was alive. Maybe Bush Sr. died.
Is Bush Sr. still alive?
Yeah, let's find out right now. We don't even know.
Say it. Maybe I have it on silent.
Is he died?
Well, yeah.
He died in 2018. Oh, okay. So, sorry. So I guess the oldest living president would be Clinton.
Yeah, he made comments about the Charlie Kirk thing.
Remember Carter when he was like, they're showing him like Carter. Like,
oh, yeah, you look like a skeleton.
Yeah, they're like, Jimmy Carter's so excited to vote for Kamala. Like, that dude doesn't know where he's fucking at.
Yeah.
It's goddamn skeleton.
It's kind of like Dianne Feinstein when she was just like, where am I? And she was in the house.
Yeah, they don't fucking know. Like my grandfather, he doesn't know where he is. He thinks he's an 8-year-old.
And people were trying to still get her like reelectable and all that stuff. And like,
she know who she is.
Yeah,
that's limits, folks.
That's another conversation. I didn't mean to go down that.
No, you're good. Like, term limits. But okay, we'll get back on track about this. So, what is your thoughts? I know I appreciate your thoughts are where I'm sitting, and maybe we'll ask the audience. What are y'all's thoughts on these people losing their jobs for openly talk about? Celebrating, not openly talking, celebrating the Kirk assassination.
One thing that I read, this guy made a good comment. I don't know who he is, but I was just reading comments, and he was just like, the difference between canceling someone versus just saying you have consequences is if something happens at that moment that you have to be responsible for versus digging into like 2007. You made a comment back in the day.
Yep.
Jimmy Fallon or whatever that guy's name is, Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know his name, but he was just trying to say, well, why are the conservatives getting all
cancel
into
culture.
the cancel culture?
This is not cancel culture. This is God. Someone made a great word for it. It's It's
consequences. For
consequence. But they use there's a word. Yeah. But whatever. Yeah. You know, and people are like, well, I seen all these lawyers on TikTok. They're answering people's questions. They're like, what about my freedom of speech, my right to speak? And you're right. Freedom of speech basically says, and again, if the Secret Service is listening, this is not how I feel.
Man, you go to the extreme really fast.
Well, I want to make this comment. I can say openly that I would want. Actually, I'm not going to say a person. I want to
Jimmy Bobby.
Kill blank president, right? Not giving a name. I can openly say that, and the CIA, the government, cannot come here and arrest me for it. The police cannot arrest me for it. I can say it. I have that right. Now, my employer has every right to fire me for saying that, because I hate to break it to y'all, but most companies have clauses that you sign. You know, think about all the pages you sign when you get hired. Did you read every last fine print? No one fucking does. Apple's fucking their thing is like thousands of pages long, you know, with tiny print. You don't have the right to say what you want to say. At any point, the shit we say could get us fired at some point. In theory, if they really wanted to.
Well, we represent, their reputation and, the ability for them to pick up clients.
The reason why I turn my hat around and all that. Like what we say and what we do is completely unaffiliated with the companies we work for. But, people are like when you go out and celebrate, and someone made a good comment about this, and the great Andrew Wilson said this, so I'm not gonna steal his like, imagine if they're putting that on the internet openly. Yeah. What are they saying to Charlie Kirk's wife in DMs? If you're willing to say that on a fucking platform, what are you saying to her? What are you saying to his daughters? That's fucking terrible. That's fucking disgusting. Oh, you lost your job, and Joel's gonna do a great edit where I'm gonna find some great videos, these people crying, losing their job. I can't believe I lost my job. Well, no shit.
There is nothing I can do now. I am targeted in a witch hunt.
Did I realize that what I was saying in that video was going to lead to this?
And they're making an example of me. They're doxing me.
Was fired on Friday. Apparently I was doxed.
All I did was say some words.
You can't just fire somebody for political purposes.
That somebody would be that malicious to do that to me. And I think it's somebody that works in the office.
This is day one of unemployment.
I don't understand why this man is regarded as like a fucking god. That baffles me.
What did I do other than say something that hurt your feelings?
Because they just have such different political beliefs from me.
Yeah.
You know, and like the people like that was a waitress and stuff. It's like, that's kind of weird that you lost your job if you're a fucking waitress. I mean, who gives a fuck what waitress thinks? But hey, whatever. It's, you know, Starbucks and all those, they have their right. But like some of these people are like teachers, military. Joel, you were in the military. Can you say what you fucking want when you're in the military, Joel, like openly without consequences?
No, he had the the UCMJ or whatever it's called. Yeah. You basically get in trouble if you said something to the press or you know anything like that. We didn't have social media, so it's hard for me to
exist. But if let's assume it. Okay, how about social media existed when I was a cop.
Yeah.
Right. If I was no male cop with this because most pay for OnlyFans, but if a female cop, in theory, you know, creating OnlyFans, some female cops have kept their jobs by suing for the rights, but if they had any way attached it to the PD, they could lose their jobs. We had a part of the police department, there was a morality clause. You know, part of the reason I got fired was due to morality clauses, you know, and I own it. I fucked up. I deserve to get fired. I mean, let's be real, you know, and I'm saying this because I'm not going to sue them anyway at this point. I've already lost. I could have probably had a chance for a lawsuit back in the day with my mental disorders. But yeah, I mean, you're held to a standard, and these people who are just like, you know, they're like, there's presidents of colleges. Like, you teach people, you're not allowed to say what you want to say in this day and age, and consequences, like you said, Joel, we have lived without consequences for too long.
Yeah.
You know, we both have kids. Our kids can't do whatever the fuck they want, can they? You know, like the other
parents have, you know, that's why they're undisciplined, is because parents just allowed them to get to that point.
Yeah, that's the problem. You know, mommy and daddy told you were too special too much. Mm-hmm. You know, too many participation ribbons, something I don't fucking know. But, you know,
I'm very curious, you know, in the next 20 years, what it's going to be like, you know, when the current generation that's doing all these like protests and whiny little crappy, you know, mentality is going to be in charge of everything.
I think it's, even talking about the Gen Z generation. Yeah, definitely. But like the Gen Alpha generation, that's what Charlie Kirk's turning point was really about, was the Gen Alpha generation. That before he passed away, there's a few videos. Well, not passed away. He didn't pass away. Sorry. Before he was assassinated. I just hate saying that because it's so raw and real, but let's call it for what it is. Before he was assassinated, he openly said, he goes, y'all are fine. Y'all's generation, the Gen Alpha generation, you're changing, you know, and there's some Gen Zers, right? You know, that are part of it. You know, we are I think they're called the elder. We've now been upgraded. I don't know if you know this. We're upgraded to consider the elder millennial. Like they've now separated us getting to our 40s. We're now considered the elder millennials. You know, shout out to the, I think the last of the 80s babies. We still got a few years, you know. I think 85, 86 is now turning their 40 this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm getting 37 this year, so yeah, I'm 88. Go ahead and dox me. I don't give a fuck. I'm done anyway. Y'all can dox me if you want. I don't give a flying fuck. You can come to my fucking house. I'll gladly meet you in my front yard.
See, again, you go to the
I don't give a shit, man. Y'all fucking anything y'all can say about my past is not something I haven't openly talked about to anyone and everyone. So, you know, what are you gonna do about it? Sorry, that nicotine's getting in the back of my throat.
Oh,
but very sad what happened. You know, it's ruthless, and I don't think it's gonna stop, and that's what bothers me. What do you think about Trump? Did you notice he is classifying Antifa as a terrorist organization?
Yeah.
So what does that mean now for?
It just means that all the law agencies have, you know, better protocol to, you know, arrest them, or, you know, different structures and that policies and regulations that they can.
But I'm talking about for the military standpoint, because he's using the military right now in Venezuela for as a cartel.
So this was more for a military.
I'm wondering. I don't know. I'm just curious because
I thought it was for more of like a law enforcement.
Well, I'm saying he's using the military in Venezuela because Venezuela is it's oil. Let's not.
I thought it was the drug situation.
Well, it's oil also. Venezuela, because if you really wanted to go, I mean, again, maybe it's a little conspiratorial.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't keep up with that kind of situation.
I have family in South America, and if you really wanted to go after the cartels, you go after Colombia. That's where the main cartels are. But Colombia doesn't have oil like Venezuela does. So, but Venezuela is a giant hub. They do support a lot of cartels too. So I'm not saying they're not. And Venezuela is on that side of the continent, which is a straight shot to Florida, where Colombia is on the California side. So
yeah.
I don't know. What do y'all think? Maybe I'm
anything that we talked about, just comment, and I'd love to get some debate going.
Yeah, if you want to come on here and schedule a time,
we can get you on.
If you can even half-ass debate, you can probably crush me. So why wouldn't you not? I mean, you're gonna make me look. You think I'm stupid? Make me look bad. I don't care.
Darn.
But be on lookout for the Tesla video.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna do. I don't need you for this, but kind of like an iPhone. Sit down and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be something fun to just, like I said, just pump out more videos if I've got the time, and it wouldn't be too hard to just, kind of glorify, certain things and be like, ooh. The one thing I did notice is that the iPhone 16 Pro Max case fit perfectly with the iPhone 17 Pro Max case because I already have the case and I just put it on this phone. And obviously the camera placement and all that is different, but it fit perfectly. And I was like, oh, they left everything the same.
They're learning. Yeah. Stop making these things bigger and smaller. I have to buy a damn new case. That's so fucking annoying. But subscribe to the video. Shout out if we can get a designated following, we'll make this. We can do live videos. We can do call-ins, all that.
Yeah.
Other podcasts charge money. We won't charge you a fucking dime. You're more than welcome to just,
Yeah, I think it would be cool to, take it on the streets, like you said, where we could go to like downtown Dallas or, somewhere, more of a different environment where we're not in this studio.
Yeah, because we're not scared of fucking shit happening to us. Come to our, fucking go ahead, come at us, Rocket Man. I talked about him plenty of times, But
I don't think Kim Jong-un or whatever his name is going to come after.
That's my goal. My goal is to get just one North Korean assassin after me. Just one. Maybe not like their top tier assassin. Maybe like the C team. Like he's not really good. Like I see him coming a mile away. I'm like, hey, dude, this is an assassin. But I'd be like, hey, cool, North Koreans after me. That's live. That's a bucket list.
Something you could go to the bar and just be like, tell a story.
Yeah, North Korean assassin after me because I talked about Rocket Man too many times. All right, guys. Like I said, we're not everyone's covered the Charlie Kirk thing.
We just wanted to kind of lightly brush over it. Not that it's not a big deal, but because it's kind of like it's not for clicks or anything. We just want to talk about anything that's relevant.
Yeah, and we've been politicking before, and I again didn't really follow him that much. I knew of him,
That was the thing. Like, it would be different if I'd listened to his show every day and, went to his events and all that stuff. It would mean so much more. But I mean, not that it doesn't mean anything. It's really questioned my mortality and, stuff when you, I mean, when you're living every day, you don't really think about death. You live to
Jimmy
go to
Kimmel,
work.
Trump just commented on Truth Social. It was Jimmy Kimmel that got fired.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. But you don't really think about death. And today, this last week and so forth, it's kind of slowed me down and kind of made me question about everything.
Yeah.
And like what's important in your life and so forth.
Hug your kids, tell them you love them because you never know when that's gonna be the last time you say it. That's kind of what I took from it is, you never know. Yeah. You never know. There's sick fucks in this world that are willing to take you out for just having a fucking different belief.
Yeah.
And
they'll laugh about it.
Yeah. And until we can get to a point where we stop doing shit like that, we're a doomed society, essentially.
Nobody can take it seriously.
Nope.
All right. Well, we'll leave you off on that pessimistic note.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about you.
No one cares about you guys, just so y'all know.
All right, take it easy.